Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of the Mega Man 6 tournament. We have a round 1 match here today between Krissy, the 19 seed, and Khanster, the 14 seed. So this should be a most entertaining match between these two fine competitors, both veterans of the Mega Man community, so I expect this to be a good one. I'm Pro-A007, very happy to be joining you here for this match, and so let's get ready for another best-of-3 match in this tournament. Winner will go on to play Maru in round 2. We have this and one other round 1 match to get through before we get to the round of 16 on this 23-player tournament. So, yeah. All right, chat. What are your expectations for today's Mega Man 6 race? Brothers are just about ready here. Krissy's having a little trouble syncing everything up. Here we go. So, in terms of the, we got a slight, let's say, usually isn't a lot of change in the batting order, but right away we already do have a change. Oh, looks like Krissy made a mistake there, picking the wrong Robot Master, so already playing with a slight deficit here. Yeah, it's like, yeah, the Robot Master order here in Mega Man 6, there isn't a lot of variation. I know Windman is all lead off here, and it's a good early test for the runners because there is a lot of tricky platforming involved here with the enemy set plus the gravity, the wind tunnels. So it's a good early test, but it also, oh dear. Unfortunately, a death there for Krissy. Starting this off on a rough note in more ways than one. Khanster is most of the way through Windman's stage, just a few more rooms to get through. Chat saying Krissy is tilted, and yeah, that's not an unreasonable emotion right now. Rough start all the way around. At this point, he's got to kind of take it a little slower and just get through what you can get through. This can't be a tough stage to get through because of all of the pits and spikes you have to contend with. Khanster dealing with Windman, a little bit of RNG with his movements and his attack patterns. So far, Khanster holding steady and gets the kill. 210, very nicely done. Krissy about halfway through the stage. HJ pointing out Flame Burst is technically an option. That is true. Flame can be done first. Generally, though, most of the runs I've seen, usually get Wind Man first. Now we have Flame Man. Krissy getting into the arena with Wind Man by 40% health. Taking it kind of easy here with some of these enemies, just trying to get through. And Khanster, you have to be careful just to avoid setting these these oil-soaked waters on fire here, because that is an instant death if that does happen and he falls into it. So far, so good. Going in, Khanster has a PB of 3803. Krissy said it was around 43 or so. Wasn't quite sure on the time, but so if we get 42 here, we'll know that's a PB. In other words. Nice jump there by Krissy. Just keeping things going. Khanster takes care of that last oil drum before going on to take on Flame Man. Not a terribly difficult boss overall. Just got to be careful with his flames, but otherwise pretty easy boss overall. Double hit. Oh, Krissy was a little too quick jumping on that platform. Unfortunately, has to start over. So, not a great start for Krissy, having to taking deaths in the first two Robot Master stages. And oh dear, now, and that's a game over, unfortunately. Show will go on, and Khanster will deal with Blizzard Man. Another stage with some really tight movement that our runners will have to contend with, particularly in the sub. Seen enough of it to where it's like it's a lot of runs. If you get through the first two stages, great, but this stage is where runs have a tendency to die early. We'll see how Khanster handles it. And Krissy, meanwhile, is going to try and get through this stage. I think at this point, don't worry so much about speed. Just get out of this, alive. Doing some damage boost to get through some of the fire-soaked pits. See how Khanster took a hit there. Just actually played a little slower than he might have liked. Being a race setting, you don't want to get yourself into trouble by mistake here. Krissy kind of fell in there by accident. Does pick up an E-Tank, which is a good idea. Oh, nice dodge. Unfortunately, missed the jump there. Now that those waters are on fire, so gotta be really careful here. So are these. Okay, that's an acceptable damage boost. Khanster taking it slow. The final section of Blizzard Man. Krissy having a little trouble there with getting the menu, and we have Blizzard Man again, some RNG with his patterns, with his rolling in particular, but gets only one roll, as he helpfully pointed out in chat, and pretty good thing too, because down to he's going down. Everything went pretty well considering it had like 2 health. Krissy takes down Flame Man, so it's a one stage difference between our runners already. due to those unfortunate deaths for Krissy and starting off on kind of the wrong foot. So Khanster785 mark is going to Robot Master number 4, Plant Man, excuse me. The fun stage if you like bouncing around on platforms, particularly at the end here. I'm starting to deal with a little bit of lag there in that section. Lag isn't as huge an issue in this game as it is in others, but it does crop up every once in a while. It's not like Mega Man 3 where lag reduction really is a major strategy. So Khanster using Flame Man's attack to great effect. Krissy doing the same in Blizzard Man. Jay says, I love bouncing. Well, who doesn't? Khanster again kind of taking it slow here through this final section of Plant Man stage. Doesn't want to do anything, you know, too risky. So yeah, very, very conservative strategies there by Khanster. Just playing it nice and safe. There's a roll from Blizzard Man. Krissy having a little trouble getting the cycles to work. Took 3 rolls before finally got rid of Blizzard Man there. Khanster, no trouble with Plant Man. So the 1 stage gap remains, by and large. Now continue on. To our 5th Robot Master, Tomahawk Man. Tomahawk Man is one of the more interesting ideas for a Robot Master. I know they were going for the nationality thing here, 1 for every country, and Tomahawk Man is certainly one of the odder choices, I would say. He has a pretty good weapon, though, so I guess it kind of evens out. Flame Man getting plenty of mileage here. And really on both screens, again, Flame Man's weapon is pretty useful throughout Mega Man 6. Oh, Krissy getting clocked there by a flying fish. Takes a death there, unfortunately. An unfortunate setback after playing pretty solidly for about 2.5 stages overall. He was able to, keep things rolling. Unfortunately, that's kind of setback. It's hard to. It can be kind of demoralizing. It's like. Really felt like we're making progress, and then that happens. And now without any flame abilities, this mini boss is going to take a little longer. Khanster Taking care of Tomahawk Man. Fortunately, got a pretty close range weapon here, so that's kind of tricky. Krissy playing it really safe now after getting killed by the fish there. No trouble for Khanster against Tomahawk Man. Now we're on to Robot Master number 6, Nightman. There's a free extra life for Khanster. Unfortunately, this is not Mega Man 5, where they're practically handing them out in by the handful here. Slightly rarer here in MM6, as it should be. Nice last-second kill there by Krissy, down to the last bit of Blizzard Man power, and finishes it off. Our first look at the Rush Jet ability here in MM6. Going to be seeing plenty more of that in the second half of this run. So about a stage and a half difference right now between our runners. Krissy is taking the fourth Robot Master down, and we're getting a slight. Oh, never mind. I misread that. Oh, Krissy's going to Nightman for some reason. Oh, it's Yam. Yeah. Another Robot Master in the books at 6, then the 15-minute mark. Thank you, chat. I apologize. Yeah, that was Yamato Man, not Nightman. This is Nightman. Apologize for the mistake there. So, on to our 7th Robot Master, the real Nightman this time. Another stage with some pretty tricky movement. Khanster having a nice run there through the spike room. Krissy just about finished here with Tomahawk Man. Job by Krissy picking out Tomahawk Man. Is Nightman supposed to be Transylvania? Probably a little of that, and probably a little bit of like those old-timey English castles. It's kind of a hybrid of the two. It definitely has kind of a gothic feeling going on, doesn't it? So, Nightman. Our 7th Robot Master. Yamato's spear will take care of him. Nicely done. So that just leaves Centaur Man, the last Robot Master. Certainly my favorite stage and best music, I think, in the game. By quite a wide margin, too. There's some other good tunes in there, but Centaur Man, I think, really does stand out above the rest. Also, one of the more interesting stages, a nice variety between dry and underwater action. Does a really good job kind of mixing the two together. Ooh, Khanster missed the jump, and that's his first death of the run, unfortunately, and we have to start over there. A little frustrating, I'm sure. This can be a tricky stage. There is a lot going on. Ancient city. It's obviously it's Atlantic. It's got Greek. It's got some Greek stuff too. Centaur Man being Greek, but yeah, it's a really imaginatively designed stage, I think. Khanster doing a nice job overcoming his lapse in the previous stage, and just kind of, again, playing it pretty safe here, not gonna really stretch himself out too much here. Maintain his lead that he has, as Krissy is about halfway through Nightman's stage. Nice health pickup there for Khanster. Well, they're planning on it, but certainly not going to turn it down. Alright, so again with Centaur Man, a little bit of RNG with how as few teleports as possible, and only got one there, and that's it for Centaur Man. Khanster clocking at 21-21 on the 8 Robot Masters. Very nicely done. Krissy finishes off Nightman, so that's 7 down. Now we come to the Mr. X section of the game. Those of you not familiar, the opening cinematic reveals that Mr. X has been responsible for everything all along, and Dr. Wily was nothing but a pawn or something. Mr. X stages aren't especially long or difficult. There's a nice shortcut here that Khanster's going to use with the power upgrade to skip a decent chunk of this stage. And also get, I think, 4 extra lives out of the deal, which is not a bad trade-off. Oh, Krissy hit the deck there with the spikes. So unfortunate setback for Krissy. Could have gained about 30-35 seconds if not for the death. Fortunately, that is lost, and now we deal with Mr. X1. A pretty easy fight with Flame. So 1 down. And like Khanster, Krissy kind of taking it pretty safe here second time around. Does not want to have to do this again. You can help it, obviously. Here in Wily 2. Or, excuse me, Mr. X2. If I can talk. Passing up on the, say no thanks to that E-Tank. What E-Tank? Alright, so on to Mr. X2 here. Irritating boss, to say the least, with these falling boulders, causing all sorts of mayhem, and having a little trouble getting those shots. Oh, he's down to his... Oh boy. Now we know what Khanster was up in arms about. Krissy having a little trouble with Centaur Man, getting a lot of flashes here, but finishes him off. Avoids a double KO there too. So 25-35 for Krissy. Yeah, a couple of close calls for our runners here. Centaur Man and Mr. X2. Khanster and Mr. X3 now. We get plenty of mileage out of that jet power, and the power of jet ability, and the power ability too. So he was thinking about it, like, nope, would rather not. Again, playing it pretty safe here, not really gonna do anything too risky here. Even with about a 1.5 to 2-stage lead on Krissy, to think, you know, it's a race setting, so you don't want to press the attack too much if you don't have to. Krissy certainly has to, given the deficit, but at the same time, Krissy thinks that it's out of reach for whatever reason. You know, it's also about building and continuing what you know how to do and learning at least getting that consistency going. A nice safety play there by Khanster, opting to the power go for the health up refill for Mr. X3. Let's see, those power punches. Power punches here from Khanster on the Mr. X3 boss. Having a little trouble timing it, but gotta get close to really do the damage, and there it is. Not quite the classic one cycle there from Krissy, but a successful Mr. X1 boss fight. Alright, so close to the end here for Khanster with Mr. X. Krissy, again, still about 2 stages behind, give or take. Has played pretty solidly after that rough start. Really kind of put Krissy behind the 8 ball early. With those deaths in Windman and the game over in Flame Man. After that, it's been pretty solid. It's maintained about a stage and a half or so gap since then. Stage and a half to 2 stages. So it's been not exactly even, but solid. Krissy about to take on Mr. X2 boss. See if there is as much drama as there was for Khanster. He barely escaped. A little trouble again. Kind of timing, trying to get the shot, tomahawk shots in, but having a little trouble with the timing. Alright, nicely done by Krissy. So now we get to the Mr. X boss fight here in X4. There it is. What do you know? It was Wily. Yeah, yeah. They sure like going for that kind of fake out in the ooh, an unfortunate death there for Khanster. Wily won. You have to do that again. Well, Krissy continuing to stay steady here. Yeah, they're saying they like that fake out at the end in the well, Mega Man's 4, 5, and 6, like make you think it was somebody else. And Khanster kind of taking a shortcut here. Kind of going for the not necessarily the charge shots here against the X3 boss, and successfully dispatches that. So nicely done. Mr. X was at 30-10 for Khanster, the finish. Khanster is now dealing with the dragon boss of Wily 1. Yamato's spear. Kind of a tricky bit of timing here with the fireballs and the platforms, and the jumping. Gotta be kind of precise in your movements, but very nicely done by Khanster. Finish that off, so that's 1 down. Krissy working up to the Mr. X boss fight. Roku blocks. Khanster's like, no thanks, I don't want to deal with that. Khanster using a windstorm here to clear the path to the Wily 2 boss fight. Krissy is stopping for the E-Tank. Good idea. Nice easy fight for Khanster there. Krissy opts for that E-Tank before taking on Wily, taking on Mr. X, and does indeed, and is gonna using the jet. Okay, slight misuse there of menuing. So we have the underwater portion of Wily 3 here, while Krissy deals with Mr. X. Having a little trouble timing the shot, the punches, and there it is. So 35:01 for Krissy. It's about 5 minutes back. It's not bad. It's not actually only about 45 seconds more than the deficit was after the 8 Robot Masters. So playing solidly here as Khanster gets ready to do the refights. So as it is with every Mega Man game, you gotta review what you learned and hope for some good RNG here. Khanster only had to deal with 1 roll in the first fight. There's a roll. There's another roll. So 3 rolls overall this time. 3 rolls overall, just 2 in the refight. Not too bad. Krissy had like 3 in round 1. Now it's on to Flame Man. A bit of a troll with his jumps, but finishes. Khanster finished them off. That's 2 down. Oh, Krissy did not land on the platform. He's gonna have to take the long way down, unfortunately. On to Tomahawk Man, down he goes. So that's 3. Krissy navigates the spike pits and continues on, while Khanster deals with Wind Man using Centaur Man's abilities. Take care of him. A little easier than using the Buster, I think we'd all agree. So now it's on to, speaking of which, it's now on to Centaur Man. Khanster given had a pretty easy go of it in the first fight, and a little too quick on that last shot there. It finishes him off, so now On to Nightman. Krissy having a little trouble with the dragon here, but finishes him off, so nicely done. It's 6 down for Khanster with Yamato Man and I can't remember who else is left to face. Plant Man, of course. Nice job by Krissy taking the shortcut there with Lame. Nicely done. That'll do it for Wily 3. So now it's down to the finish here. Tomahawk and the power abilities are going to get plenty of mileage here. Rush power, excuse me, to clarify. So, we'll see. Very conservative with his ammo. You'd expect. Nice. Get it? No, he just missed. Missed the early hit there on Wily Phase 2. So now we come to the magical appear-disappear act that the Wily games, Wily boss fights love doing. Okay, he's got 1 hit remaining. He's got a few more hits. He's got 1 shot left. That should be enough. Oh, burning through all of his. Okay, he's using Knight there and uses power to finish the job and finishes with an official race time of 40:21. So GG's Khanster. So, Krissy dealing with Plant Man. Down he goes. Down to Nightman. Yeah, Chris, you gotta pick up those health bars and we can't leave. Go on to Centaur Man. Krissy had some trouble with Centaur Man in the first fight. Got frozen a couple of times. This time much closer. It's 5 down for Krissy. To Tomahawk Man. So Blizzard, man, gave Krissy some trouble in the first fight. Rolled 3 times. Already got 2 rolls right off the bat. There's a 3rd roll, so kind of getting the business from Blizzard, man, both times there. But just 1 stage remaining. Krissy should end up around high 45, low 46, I'd say, which is a pretty good time. Especially after those early setbacks. Like I said, played very solidly down the stretch. Really only had a couple of trouble spots. So a nice bounce back for sure. Be a little, might have to go for the back, might have to go for some of the backup strats here, maybe. Oh, well, maybe not. Getting a nice boost there on the way to Wily will certainly help offset. Ooh, having a little trouble there. Just kind of playing it safe, nice and safe here with 1 more hit should do it, and that will do it. So Krissy finishes with an official 45-42. Alright, so we're going to take a short break here, and we'll get Game 2 of this best-of-3 match started in a couple of minutes. So stay tuned, and while you wait, do give our runners a follow. Some terrific action here today from our runners, both of them veterans of the community, so give them your support. Are back with game 2 of this best of 3 match between the 19 seed Krissy and the number 14 seed Khanster. Both of them playing for a bid to the second round in a match with Madu. So this should be an entertaining match. Game 1 was a bit of a torturous affair in some respects for both runners. Krissy had a really rough start, picking the wrong stage right off the bat, and then just having some really rough luck, and Windman and Flameman actually took a game over. After that, played pretty solidly the rest of the way and ended up with a 45-42. Khanster, meanwhile, had a pretty solid go of it, but ran into some trouble starting in Centaur Man and had a couple of unfortunate deaths, keeping him well away from his PB and ending up with a low 40. So we will see if our runners can bounce back here. So I know both of them are eager to put on a much stronger showing here in game 2. They indicated as such in the race time chat. So let us get started, and we start off. The order will remain the same, I believe, as it was in game 1. So we're going to lead off with Windman. We can go from there. Yeah, a much cleaner start for Krissy. Again, started with the wrong stage in game 1. Picked Nightman by mistake. A nice one up there for Krissy. A little trouble. Okay, there it is. Yeah. In terms of opening stages, Windman in the Mega Man games is one of the rougher ones, just because there's a lot of ways to get yourself killed by mistake, like that. Sorry, Krissy, for jinxing you there. That was not my intention. So, the Khanster work his way through this opening section, this midsection of Windman stage. A few more transitions and be on our way. Krissy, as I recall, had a similar death in Game 1, in that around the same spot. Gets through it cleanly the second time. Well, Khanster's dealing with Windman. Not an especially difficult boss, can just take a while because of some of his RNG patterns. But, one more hit will do it, and there it is. So, Khanster off to a good start here. Taking down Windman. Krissy's about a half a stage behind right now. Try and bounce back from that unfortunate setback early on. Trouble with those robotic pandas. Threw him off the ladder twice. Goes into the Windman fight with very little health. Might not be an issue, but not exactly the kind of situation you want to find yourself in, certainly. Might have played a little more defensively here against Windman. Getting decent RNG to make that work. Very nice fight by Krissy, managing to avoid another death there in that stage. Even if the time loss would have been not as extreme, it's not what you want to have happen. So, Khanster working through the treacherous Flame Man stage. A lot of places where you can take an unintended death there. Especially if those oil-soaked rooms turn on fire. It's an instant death. You wade into those. Khanster helping himself to a E-tank there. Could be useful. Khanster not taking any chances, just gets rid of the last enemy with the Windstorm ability. Krissy kind of taking a couple of damage boosts there to get through. Nicely done by Khanster, finishing off Flame Man. Down for Khanster on his way to Blizzard Man. Can be a fairly treacherous stage. Well, they all are kind of treacherous in their own way, but this one I know, seeing other runners play this, like, this is where a lot of runs end up dying because of the sub-pen. Khanster almost had just enough space after the bounce back to stay on the platform. Krissy taking on Flame Man. Down he goes, so Krissy bouncing back nicely after that kind of rough start here. Staying within range of Khanster, so if Khanster has an unintended error here, you know, like in Centaur Man in Game 1, Krissy can climb right back into this, for sure. I know played this pretty safe in game 1. Took some unintended damage, as I recall, but yeah, nice safe cycle there. Most of the way through the stage now. A few more rooms to go. Krissy doing a nice job platforming here. Really clean movement. And again, gonna take it safe. Not gonna go for the really risky strat, which isn't. If you miss, it's a death. So, that was one. Okay, there's a second roll. Khanster had really good RNG in game one. In game 1, we got one roll in the first fight. This time it was 2. Nice sliding by Krissy. Alright, so Khanster dealing with Plant Man. Nice job by Krissy finishing off Blizzard Man. Khanster saying no thank you to that extra life. He doesn't need no extra lives. We still have about a half a stage difference between our runners. Khanster, the bouncy castle bit here. Pulls out Plant Man stage. Using a flame to kind of clear a path. You have to be a little careful with these flying fish, but Khanster has no trouble. Alright, so on to the fight with Plant Man. Blizzard ready. Gonna be a tricky fight. But, you know, as it was with Woodman, you can get inside and real close and just knock him out there. Nicely done by Khanster. Oh, Krissy went for it. Unfortunately, got knocked back by the fish. I think that happened. I think that's pretty much what happened in game 1. Went for it and unfortunately went into the drink instead. So I think Krissy will be a little more cautious here in game 2, in his second go round. Nice bounce back there by Krissy, just kind of changing course mid-direction to avoid taking what would have been another death. Which is sensible. You don't want to force the issue if you don't have to. Alright, so nice and safe this time by Krissy. Went for it the first time, unfortunately just missed time to jump and, you know, took the death, but nice play there just to get back into it and to get ready for the fight with Plant Man. Khanster about halfway through Tomahawk Man stage. I'm a little trouble getting close enough to actually do damage to Plant Man. Finally finishes him off. Khanster's about to take on Tomahawk Man, so we've got about a 1-stage difference between our runners right now. Nicely done by Khanster as he gets ready to enter Tomahawk Man stage. Yeah, about a 1-stage difference. Really, the main difference has been those 2 deaths by Krissy. One in Wind Man, one in Plant Man. So, kind of relying on a mistake here, I think, from Khanster to get back into this at this point, as Khanster gets ready to take on Yamato Man. Nice movement there by Khanster, staying ahead of the bombs. Alright, so Krissy about to take on Tomahawk Man. Khanster still working through Yamato Man stage. Almost to the boss. So yeah, that 1-stage gap remains. You get the feeling a little more practice, Krissy could really you know, shave that time down in a big way. Like those little errors really the only thing keeping Krissy back from really dropping the time down to probably low 40s, for sure. That comes with time and practice, as with anything. So, Khanster had no trouble with Yamato Man. On his way to Nightman's stage. That'll be number 7 of 8. So his time, the first 8 robot masters in game 1 was 21:21, which is a pretty solid time considering the death in Centaur Man. He even said he was about plus 15 going into that stage. Unfortunately, yeah, that did set him back a bit by about 45 seconds. There were a couple of other deaths in the second half of the run. It kept him from sub 40, but still a very solid time overall. Right, so Krissy about to take on Yamato Man. Khanster pretty close to the end here of Nightman. So again, we keep that one stage difference between our runners. Very nicely done by Krissy. So that's 6 down. Khanster about to take on Nightman for number 7. Down goes Nightman, so that's 7 down for Khanster. Krissy just about to enter Nightman's stage, so staying in range right now. Best thing Krissy can do. Like, no unforced errors. That's the trick here. So far in the tournament, all the matches have been chalk. It's been chalk, and they've all been sweeps. All of them have been 2-0 sweeps. So, can we get our first game 3 of the tournament, or are we going to have to wait a little bit longer? So yeah, Khanster had a little trouble with the spikes in game 1, actually, and took a death there. It kind of threw him off what was a pretty solid pace, race pace, certainly. So that threw him off, unfortunately. So he's hoping for better results here, and so far so good. Taking a bit of a beating there. Getting muscles way through. A nice E-tank pickup for Khanster. Might use that a little sooner than he thinks, depending on how this goes. Down goes Nightman, so Khanster just about to take on Centaur Man. Looks like Khanster's getting some good RNG here. There it is. So 20-28 for Khan, kind of 20-30, but either way, it's still about a minute improvement over game 1's time, and what a difference that not dying makes for Khanster. Even Krissy, even with the early deaths in game 2, is looking pretty well poised to have about a 23 or so game. 8 Robot Masters, provided no deaths. I just jinxed it, didn't I? But we will remain optimistic as Khanster gets ready to start the Mr. X portion of this run. Went pretty cleanly for Khanster in game 1. I don't think there were any deaths. I don't think. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure there wasn't. know there's a depth in Wily 1. Right, so... Khanster gets three free extra lives. He's ready to take on the X1 boss. And a very clean round 1 against this boss, and does so again. So very nicely done by Khanster. As Krissy gets to ready to take on the 8th Robot Master, Centaur Man. Had trouble with the Centaur Man in Game 1, got frozen a couple of times due to some unfortunate RNG, but no trouble here, and finishes the job at 2250, so almost a more than 2.5 minute improvement over Game 1. So very nicely done by Krissy. Again, that one stage gap remains the thing here, as Khanster gets ready to take on X2 here. Actually, now that I think about it, I think both players took deaths in this stage in Game 1, so that seems to make sense. Khanster using Tomahawk, just cut through the enemy sets here. He's ready to take on the X2 boss. Almost died here in Game 1. Really was close. About to say it was going much better than Game 1, but then he missed, I think, 4 shots in a row. It's just a little off every time. Krissy having a little trouble closing out the last section of X1. We're taking on the boss. Khanster underway in X3 here. Krissy not going for the speed strats the same way as Khanster, but still manages to finish the job pretty efficiently. So nicely done. So about the X stages are a little shorter than normal from the Robot Master stages, so lead looks a bit larger than it probably is, and I don't think there's been any major differences in terms of how our runners have played these stages so far. Alright, so Krissy is underway here in X2. Khanster getting ready to using the jetpack to traverse some of these sections. Oh, nice. Playing it safe here. Good move. Alright, so he's all set here for the X3 fight. Krissy almost, I think, might have taken the death in the same place as in Game 1, but was able to bounce back. Khanster not getting a lot of help from the boss here. Finally finishes the job. I think it was a little more dramatic than I think he was hoping for. Krissy had a little trouble with this fight in game 1 as well. Not quite as dramatic as Khanster's. And, well, it's getting dramatic. And missed like 3 out of 5 shots there, but finally finishes it off. So nicely done by Krissy. As Khanster gets ready to start X4. Time defeating Mr. X in game 1 was 30-10. So looks like he's gonna be well ahead of that. Again, no deaths really to speak of. It's been a clean game 2 so far for Khanster and Krissy after... Khanster almost went off the edge there. Krissy, after a slow start with a pair of deaths, with some early deaths here, has played pretty cleanly throughout. Since then, been very solid performance, and that was true in game 1. It was a rough start, but after, you know, kind of getting over that, it's been very good. I think you'd like to see what it would be like with no deaths between our runners, how close their times would be. Alright, so Khanster about ready to take on Mr. X. Nice job with the jets. Alright. There it is, 29:02. And yes, in case you didn't know, in case you missed it in game 1, Mr. X really is Dr. Wily. I mean, shocker. So it wasn't Dr. Cossack in MM4, it wasn't Proto Man in MM5, so, you know, one of these days those fake outs are actually going to lead to something else, but until that day... Alright, so Khanster underway here in Wily 1. Took an unfortunate death early here in game 1. Not a huge setback. Khanster safely lands there in Wily 1, Krissy did not. I have to take the long way around. Definitely wasn't Wily and Mega Man X. No, the X series did the same thing for a while. Alright, so Krissy dealing with final sections here of X4. Khanster was asking where the dragon's hitbox was, and now that we're actually seeing it, as I can see his point, he's had a couple of hits taken from him because reasons. Krissy making a quick pit stop there to replenish health, which which is a good idea. And Mr. X is not a terribly difficult fight, but you know, you really want to do this again. Krissy, I think, had a little trouble menuing. I think that happened in game 1 as well. Like, kept getting the wrong thing. Alright, so we got it now, and there it is, 32-15 for Krissy. About 3+ minutes back of Khanster here, but a very solid time overall. Almost 3 minutes better than in game 1. Khanster here is in Wily 2. Using Windstorm to clear the area. They did in game 1. Take on the Wily 2 boss. Down that goes, so 3303 through Wily 2. Did not keep track of the splits on those in game 1, so I don't really have a comparison point, but considering the final time was about... So Krissy could not get this to go, could not get the land on the platform here on game 1. Does so successfully, though, in game 2, so that's going to save some time for Krissy. Krissy making a quick pit stop there to replenish some weapon ammo for Tomahawk and Knight. Had a little bit of ammo trouble in game 1, so understand the reasoning behind that. Khanster getting ready to go for the refights here. Leads off with Blizzard Man. So, not getting his nice RNG here early on. Blizzard Man. Nice finish, though. Let's see if Krissy has the same trouble as Khanster did with the Dragon's hitbox. So he's having a little more... I think Krissy's having a little more trouble just, you know, staying on the platforms, kind of taking intentional damage there that finishes the job. Chat saying fake out since 4's way to add more stages since 3 had the dock stages. That is true. They just went to the same well 3 times in a row. It got pretty lame by the 3rd time around, like, especially since they weren't even really trying to hide it. Nicely done by Krissy, taking the shortcut there. Khanster dealing with Windman. Halfway done. Krissy almost... Oh! Krissy taking a death there in, this time, the jump. Fortunately, not a severe time loss, only so, you know, all things considered, pretty good circumstance. First death since I think Plant Man for Krissy too, so a very nice run there. Khanster dealing with Nightman. 36-34 for Krissy. Wily 2. Again, that's all. It's only 90 seconds off where Krissy was at the end of Mr. X in Game 1, so yeah, looking very good here. Krissy's PB is, I think, said to be like a 43 or so. So, yeah, looking like it's got a shot. You've got a shot at a PB here. Khanster probably will not be getting a PB. His PB is 38.03, but a sub 40 seems reasonable. Kind of damage boosting through the underwater section there. Alright, that's it for the robot refight, so just a little bit to go here for Khanster. You'll look to finish this off with a 2-0 sweep. Move on to round 2 of this tournament. Take on Madu. Krissy, getting ready to start the refight. Leads off with the Yamato Man. Alright, so here we go. Khanster. Nice phase 1. Ooh, just a little late on the preemptive strike hit. Should have enough in the tank to finish off Wily. It gets a couple of good spots there. Nice late hit there. One more will do it, and get out the GGs for Khanster, finishing with an official race time of 38:54. GGs. So Krissy dealing with Centaur Man. Got the wrong weapon there. That actually caused a little bit of a hiccup with Windman, since Centaur is his weakness. That's 4 down. Should be, yeah, looks like got enough to finish this off. Yep, nicely done by Krissy. So that's 3 to go. Nicely done with Tomahawk Man, so 2 to go. Krissy, again, PB isn't at the 43 range, so got a decent shot here if everything goes well in the final stages. 42 going to happen. Wait with bated breath as Krissy has just Blizzard Man to deal with, and then the final boss. Getting a lot of help from Blizzard Man here. I got 3 early rolls. There's a 4th. Wow. You know the computer is trolling you. Alright, to the finish. Can Krissy finish the job? So, looking like a pretty good shot at a sub 43 here. This is a pretty quick Wily fight. If he gets good patterns, phase 3, that should do it. Alright, 2 down. It's looking pretty solid for Krissy. Nice double to start. Very good. Almost got a triple there. One more will do it. Alright, get out the GGs for Krissy, finishing with an official race time of 42:46. GGs. Alright, let's see if we got our runners in for a quick interview. Alright, we welcome both of our competitors to the interview room. Krissy and Khanster786. GG's, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
that was
that's a PB, yeah.
Yes, for me it is. I think maybe Khanster. No, you're the 38. As a PB.
I'm a little too rusty to get a PB right now.
Yeah. But yeah. But
oh man, like both of the runs for me was so bad, man. Like the start of the boat, like Flame and Wind, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, they the same things tripped you in games 1 and 2, Wind, Flame, and Plan. You take those deaths out, you're probably looking at like a high 40, I'd say.
Where'd you die in Plant?
Yeah. I didn't die. Well, I died the start first jumper because I hit the fish.
Oh. So you got space fished.
Yeah, those fish are treacherous.
But it was very funny though, because the first race I thought I was playing Mega Man 5, so I menued down to like Starman, and I went into Nightman.
Yeah, it was
and
not
then I just died to I died before the checkpoint in Wind as well. But anyways, it was really fun, and like I know that I can be minus 3 minutes out of Robos, so seeing this PB kind of just wants me to grind for 39 and then never pick this game up ever again.
Until the next Mega Man 6 tournament.
Well, but
no.
Like what you take those early shakes off, a very, very credible run all the way around, I'd say, Krissy. So GG's. And Khanster, I know.
Big GG's to Khanster as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Khanster.
You really well played.
You had your own sort of game 1 troubles in Centaur Man and a couple other places, but you kind of knew where to kind of, as far as like what you needed to fix for game 2, and I believe that was Deathless.
I believe so. Yeah, it was. I think I had 2 deaths in game 1. I had 1 in Centaur. I think 1 was in Wily 1.
Yeah,
because I forgot to hold right while falling down.
I thought there might have been 1 in X2, but maybe I was misremembering. But
no, I think I was close to death.
Okay, that might have been it. Yeah, I know you almost died in boss for X2.
Yeah, the wall boss. That you had like 1 health left. You had like 1 health left on the the thing you shoot tomahawk thing on.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I was glad that
I think
happened
it's
both
X1,
games, I got the
mhm.
Plant Man run. I got him to run around.
Wow.
Yeah, but a solid 2-0 win for you, Khanster. Anything you're gonna work
Just more consistency because I really haven't speedran this since the relay, which
Okay.
was about
Kinda same.
at this point like 8 months ago.
Yeah, it's like yeah, you're trying to like find that rhythm again, kind of get back into that mindset. That's not always easy. But
Maru is gonna be a fight. I need him to do everything wrong in order for me to win.
well, yeah,
At least I
yeah,
don't have to race him.
well,
Good
what?
luck, Conster.
You get to that 39 range, you know, you might end up getting a round one victory next time. You may have to face him. So,
Too bad we don't have a losers bracket.
yeah. This
Oh,
is
please no.
One and
this
done.
is this is yes, a single elimination
Don't give
tournament.
Mello ideas now.
I mean, he can always fit a losers bracket in.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no.
Well, you've got him thinking. He is in the chat and he's pondering.
Oh
So,
no,
No.
Conster, what have you done?
well, you know
But yeah,
that is
a really fun race though, with PB and an amazing opponent. Thank you, Conster,
yeah.
Yeah.
for
Mr.
you
X
had to
Cup.
race me, but yeah,
The
very
Mr.
fun.
The Mr. X Cup, excellent.
Excellent. I had fun, you know,
Oh my god.
it's gave me a reason to de-rust.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, and always these tournaments are always a blast to watch and to see. You know, I cert I certainly learned some stuff today, and it sounds like you guys had a lot for, right? Give our runners a follow if you haven't already. Terrific races. We got a PB, you know, it's always a good thing, and you can give me Pro A007 a follow, but got plenty more tournament matches coming up. I know we have one tomorrow out round one, and the round two matches, the round of 16, will be starting up probably this week. So plenty more 6-act for you all. So thanks as always to Speed Gaming for hosting and giving this tournament platform. And
I got a question for you, Prof.
yeah,
Um,
what's up?
have all the matches so far been sweeps?
Yes, they've
Wow.
all they've all been
Yes,
sweeps,
they
and
have.
it's been all chalk. So the the better seed has won all the matches. So let's get some ups.
Can we get an upset this coming week?
Also, a big shout outs to Mellow Flows for organizing this tournament. If it wouldn't have been for him, we wouldn't have had any to begin with. So also give him a
Absolutely,
follow as well. That's all.
absolutely. Mellow's good people, doing a great job running this tournament and keeping the Mega Man tournament fun going on. So thanks all, and thanks Speed Gaming, and we'll see you all very soon for more Mega Man.
Ah, yes, very nice. Goodbye.
Goodbye.